I don't know if you saw this video the other day. This is an Ethereum chart. We were talking about this exact move, this higher high move for Ethereum that is playing out literally right now in the daily. This is the moment I've been waiting for. The thing that we don't want to happen is the exact thing that happened back here in November and December 2024. We thought it was altcoin season, and guess what? It was failure, multi-month downtrend. And you know what? Right now, we're getting similar bearish divergence on the RSI. You see this lower high while we were putting in this higher high. Everybody getting all hype about altcoin season. Right now, we're getting a very similar lower high as we're getting a higher high on price. This video, I want to explore what needs to happen next for Ethereum now that we are there to really start confirming that things are different for altcoins right now. Let's jump into it. Is it just another altcoin season fake out? This was something I just posted on X right now. Bitcoin dominance falling below 60%. Some can't even believe it. Total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. This is altcoins right here. Around 10% away from breaking all-time high from last cycle. The move, if this happens, the very beginning of a powerful altcoin cycle. And Ethereum on the daily, this is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for from an analysis perspective. I think this will be a tremendous, valuable insight into what happens next for altcoins. Is this a fake out? On this daily chart, I did a video the other day kind of anticipating this potential move, this potential moment that's happening right now. I want to discuss what I am watching for exactly on this Ethereum chart, what I want to see happen at the very least to kind of confirm altcoins really are doing something special and it's not another fake out. Hit the subscribe, hit the like on the way in. If you're not in our intelligence system with our risk models, with our exit planners, our on-chain metrics, all of that good stuff. If you're not back there planning your exits, go check us out right now. We have a 7-day free trial. I want you to be able to get back there and try out our system and start really looking at some of these altcoins, the risk scores, where we are. We're in a very neutral territory, but things potentially about to get crazy. I want to start with Bitcoin dominance. This is on the daily. Here's what I just noticed on the daily chart, and this is a good thing for altcoins. You kind of see this first boom, big move to the downside, and we got this bounce to the upside. I don't know what I'm doing here. This move right here is kind of a very early sign that altcoins actually are doing something special, especially something different than what happened back here when we all got faked out with altcoin season. We have to monitor this continually, but check this out. We had this very big swing low, right, on Bitcoin dominance. Notice this bounce, though, to test key moving averages. We always look for this, a pullback bounce to test the moving averages, and we look for just continued resistance at all the moving averages to go lower, right? Well, Bitcoin dominance bounced above the 20-day, above the 200-day, saw some resistance just above the 50-day, but eventually put in a higher low, right? And then went higher above all moving averages. Right now, Bitcoin dominance bounced here, but notice how it bounced into the 20 and the 200 right here, and it got rejected off the 200, and we already put in a lower low. This is incredibly bullish sign for altcoins. And if you even look at something like the MACD, this momentum oscillator on Bitcoin dominance, just look how last time we got this really powerful move back to the upside, and then it's like already above zero on the histogram. Check this out. We got this fall, and then a little bit of a bounce, and the MACD line already crossing back below the signal line on this MACD. We even have a red on the histogram in play on the daily. So right now, momentum on Bitcoin dominance operating differently than this massive fake out that kind of pulled us all into this altcoin season narrative back here. I'm very cautious. I don't know about all of you. I'm very cautious no matter what. Even as I'm watching Bitcoin dominance fall, I'm like, let's go altcoins, let's go. But I am sitting here like one step at a time. We know how these markets have been moving. Anything is possible, but I want to continue monitoring it. The Ethereum price action on the daily is going to be really helpful, I think, in terms of really monitoring it on the short term and waiting for these confirmations that I'm waiting for and watching for. So before I dive into that daily chart, this next move for Ethereum, I do want to show you something I spotted in our intelligence system. So even if you're not one of our members back here planning your exits for, certain altcoins, Bitcoin, whatever, I want to show you something crazy. The altcoin market cap risk score is at 28 right now. I talk about it nonstop. This is like an incredibly powerful pre-bull market risk score in relation to previous cycles. And so if you look at even like December 2020 pre-bull market last cycle, Here's a 30, right? So very similar risk score. We're at a 28 now. There's a pre-bull market score of 30 last cycle. We know that. I talk about it a lot. But check this out. I just noticed. I was like looking at Bitcoin risk model. It's at a 55, okay? And then I was looking at Ethereum. It's at a 56. I'm like, these two coins are at the same risk score right now. And I went back to this mid-December area and just check it out on the Ethereum risk model, mid-December. You see that? We are looking at like mid-50s. There's a 50 December 9th. Here's December 16th. There's a 55. This is a pre-bull market. This is a pre-bull market high move for Ethereum. Ethereum is getting ready in the mid-50s to explode. There's a sentiment that that's happening right now for Ethereum. What was Bitcoin in that mid-December area? Here's the Bitcoin risk model. If we kind of zoom in to last cycle in December 2020, check it out. December 7th, 53. December 12th, 54. December 13th, 55. This mid-December area is, it was the same as Ethereum last cycle, mid-December, pre-bull, pre-altcoin season. That's what this is. That was pre-altcoin explosion. Bitcoin went up, but altcoins went up with it. So mid-50s Bitcoin last cycle. It was mid-50s Ethereum last cycle, pre-bull market. And right now, we have mid-50s Ethereum, mid-50s Bitcoin. And the altcoin market cap risk score is at 28 pre-bull market. Everything is lined up as we are at the intersection of this very bullish business cycle with all the bullish narratives and the pro-crypto innovation and legislation that is happening right now. We have trillions getting ready to unlock and come into this space. We have altcoin ETFs filed, getting ready to be approved. This is, we are really at the launch pad. That's such a cliche, like clickbait word, but it is what it is. I don't want to say it's guaranteed, everybody. Lock in, it's guaranteed. We always have to be careful. I'm trying to be careful. We've already seen and documented how there's a ton of manipulation happening right now. We might have a cycle like never before. It's already lining up that way. So if we continue, if we look at the total altcoin market cap, and then we'll go to the Ethereum charts, if we continue to kind of do this like swing high and then I'll swing low, not getting this parabolic move, do not be surprised, everybody. And our risk models will be equally as valuable even in that environment, but also at the same time, prepare for an altcoin explosion, because this could just be slow positioning of big money waiting for that powerful move. So let's go look at the altcoin, or let's go look at Ethereum analysis. I want to use this clip very quickly. This was from the other day, August 6th, a few days ago. Ethereum is at $3,600. Check this out. I don't know. It could be sideways, choppy for a while, fake out, pump to the upside, put some bearish divergence, back down into the apex, pulling into this 20-week moving average slowly. It doesn't have to hit exact, but that move is so in play right now. So that was my, maybe I was being like cynical. Maybe I've been watching these market manipulators too much, but you see that swing high? It's a higher high move. And I'm like, we get a higher high move. Everybody's hype. This is what's happening right now. Everybody's hype. We're getting some bullish or bearish divergence, and then we start falling. Well, let's go look at this. Here's the daily chart on Ethereum. Check this out. It's a higher high. If we go to our momentum oscillator, check this out. This is a lower high. There is potential right now for a bearish divergence, swing high, and then all of a sudden we're starting this new week that's about to start tomorrow, and we're starting to consolidate. Now, if this breaks right now, game on. And this is exactly the moment that I said in the other day's video, I want to eventually play a clip and say I was wrong. Now we're at that moment. This is a very defining moment for Ethereum. A very similar move happened back here in November. Surprise, surprise. The November altcoin season fake out. Swing high, lower high. There's a higher high in price. Everybody's hype about altcoin season. We've been here before, everybody. And guess what happened? Boom. Are you kidding me? Where'd altcoin season go? What is going on? Well, we're there. We're at that moment right now. So how can things be different this time? This is exactly how. If we zoom out, the move that we're waiting for it can still be a bearish divergence type of move, right? What I mean by that is this move back here for Ethereum, you see all this bearish divergence as it's going higher. It led to a very nice move. This is the type of move we're looking for. We want to be like right here, right? This is where we want to be right now. Well, that's possible even with dips. So we could actually dip right now. The biggest thing I'm waiting for, so that it's not a dip like this one that happened here, is very simple. It's just the test of these 20 and 50-day moving averages. So Ethereum right now, I would absolutely enjoy if it just keeps breaking out. That even more overextension from all this area of resistance would be huge. But if it started falling right now, or even if it goes higher and then falls, what happens at the 20 and 50-day moving averages? So Ethereum starts falling sideways, whatever, 3,700, that's fine. It's fine. We want to see support between the 20 and the 50-day moving averages to continue going higher. And you know what? Even during that, maybe we get continued bearish divergence. I don't know. But that's what I'm watching right now on Ethereum. We want a very similar breakout move that happened right here, back here. We want to be kind of in this type of move with so much potential upside. We don't want to be right here where all the moving average support is failing and then it's turning into resistance and we're just putting lower highs, right, on a downside move. That's what we don't want to happen. But we're there now. We're at that moment. We put in this swing high that I was kind of talking about in this video. We're there right now. So we anticipated the move, and now I'm looking for a continued move for Ethereum to the upside, which would be phenomenal, or I'm looking for some consolidation, and it's okay if it does. It's not like we have to see green day after green day after green day, but I want to see support at the 20-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, because again, if you notice in this move back here, when Ethereum was making this really nice, powerful move, guess what it was doing? If I zoom in, it was seeing that higher high, higher low support at the 50 and the 20, right? And then boom, it kept going. So that's what I'm watching for on Ethereum right now. Altcoins so far looking very good. I'm still, I'm just treading lightly, everybody. That's all. I'm just trying to keep my emotions in check, trying to watch the data on the macro. You know what our risk models are showing. You know what everything is showing. Ethereum, altcoins look very, very primed for a very strong move. What we're seeing right now could be the very beginning of it. I'm going to continue kind of monitoring these things. If you want to get in our risk models and just start getting alerts when we start hitting key areas like the 70s on Ethereum or Cardano or XRP or all the other altcoins we have, get alerts when it's hitting these levels, because I think it's going to be very necessary to put aside emotion, start looking at risk. Things getting kind of a little too overbought. You start wanting to take some profits. This is what I built this system for. So get back there, try it out, 7-day free trial. And I appreciate all of you. I appreciate our members, but I appreciate all of you that are kind of getting in there and trying out the system right now. So let's continue to monitor all of these things. Altcoins looking very good right now. Do not get me wrong, but I'm waiting for certain things to happen. I'm being careful this time. I don't want to get too crazy. I don't want to get too hyped. So let me know your thoughts. Subscribe, hit the like if you enjoyed this video. It means a lot to me. I will see you in the next video. God bless.